Hey guys, so it is super duper hot here. It's like triple digits again. I think the high in the next couple days is supposed to be like 105 degrees. So the last thing I want to do is heat up my house with the oven cooking, right? And I don't necessarily want to go out to eat because Tracy and I are trying to lean up a little bit. Honestly, we've got some weddings that we want to be leaner for, so we're trying to do that, and so we don't want to eat out as much. So what I'm going to do is show you guys a really easy, simple recipe that you can twist to your tastings, and the way that I do it, and the reasons why I do it, and what I pick to make with it, so that you don't have to heat your house up. Now, this is going to be tuna salad. Now, you can totally make this same thing and use chicken instead. You can shred up your own chicken, or actually, this is a good little option for tuna salad a lot of times. It's the Organics chicken breast and water, okay, and you can find this where the tuna fish is too, and make your chicken salad this way, or you can just use boiled eggs and make egg salad, or you can do potatoes and make potato salad, or you could add potatoes to any of these and kind of beef it up a little bit. It's really interesting and good if you do that, just by the way. But first, let's talk about the tuna fish. So this is the only tuna I buy. And here's why. It's the Wild Planet albacore tuna. It's wild and it's in water. It has no salt, no oil. And the reason I buy this brand over the other ones is because it's sustainable. It's pole and line caught, and it's wild. And that means that it's high in omega-3s. It's not farm raised, and it's not junk, and it's not high in mercury, and it doesn't have all that kind of stuff, but it's got your healthy omega-3s. So when you're doing your fatty fishes for omega-3s, you want to make sure that you're getting those omega-3s, and when you get farm raised or the cheaper tuna, you're not getting it. So if you're going to do it for health reasons, do it right, okay? But this tastes really good too. So buy this brand. You can find it just about anywhere. No, H-E-B has it, Market Street has it. I think I've seen it at Walmart, but whether they carry it all the time or not, I'm not sure, but the health food stores definitely do as well. So you can totally find this anywhere you want. Wild Planet, yay. So that's where you're starting. Now this is 3 cans in this bowl. And we're gonna talk a little bit about what else I put in here. So I always put celery, and I always put dill pickles. Now Tracy likes apples. There, I'm back. My dad's calling. I know some people like sweet pickles in their tuna salad, but y'all, they're usually super high in sugar or corn syrup, and they're just not very good for you. So if you really like that sweet taste in your tuna salad, try apples instead. So I don't have any apples though, so Tracy's not getting apples. But I always put celery, I always put dill pickles, and I've already chopped all of that up. Right? And you want to dice it so it's small and you don't have these giant chunks in there. And I'm just going to add that, and I just eyeball it. You know, this is one of those things that if you like it, put it in there. If you don't like it, don't put it in there. Ta-da, right? Make it your own. I do like boiled eggs in my tuna salad, as does Tracy. So I boiled eggs earlier, and y'all peel them. I've done a whole video on how to boil eggs and how to chop them up the easy way. So get on my YouTube channel, Kim Klinkenbeard, and look up that video. It's super easy. It's no mess, and it works. But anyway, you put them in a baggie, and then you just squash them up in the baggie, and you don't have chopped egg mess everywhere. Ta-da, right? So we're gonna add those in as well. Now, at this point, you can season it as well, and I do add a little bit of kosher salt because the tuna is not salted. The eggs aren't salted. There's going to be a little bit of salt in the dill pickles, and celery's naturally got salt in it, so I don't have to add a whole lot. And if you feel like you want to add the pickle juice instead of actual kosher salt, go ahead and do that. That just adds more flavor as well. But I'm going to just use a pinch, which my pinch is about half of a teaspoon, so not very much, and we'll taste it later and adjust it as needed. But we also like fresh cracked black pepper, and we like things really spicy. So I'm gonna put a lot of pepper. Now sometimes if I've got pickled jalapenos, I will put those in there, or fresh jalapenos. If you've got green onion, that would be really yummy in there too. If you don't and you wanna have a little bit of a hint of onion, chives are a great addition, and you can add a few little chives. I'm gonna do that, just a few, just a little bit, maybe not even a tablespoon, because I don't want it super oniony tasting. Okay, so I broke up the tuna first of all with a fork. Okay, I don't need that anymore. Now I'm going to add the goop and make it goopy, right? So I use 2 different kinds of mustard. We are heavy on the mustard. You can go all out on the mustard. It's very good for you. There's no calories in it. It aids in digestion because of the vinegar, as does the pickles. Aids in digestion because of the vinegar. Vinegar aids in digestion, which is a super good thing to know. But I'm going to use 2 different kinds of mustard because I'm not going to use quite as much mayonnaise, and I want tons of flavor in there. So I'm using whole grain mustard. Now y'all, I buy the organic one because I like the way it tastes the best, not because it's organic. I'm not a big fan of buying everything in the world organic because it's just too expensive, and there's just some things that you just whoop-de-doo. How much of this are you really eating? Do you need to spend that extra money? So it's gotta be in your price point. It's gotta have a good purpose. It's gotta be a staple to justify organic, or it's just gotta taste better. And I really love the flavor of the H-E-B Organics whole grain. Just FYI, that one's really good to me. Now I'm just gonna use plain old yellow mustard, and I'm going to do a couple tablespoons of that. So I've got about 3 to 4 tablespoons of mustard in here, okay? I know that sounds like a lot, and it is. You're gonna have yellow tuna salad. That's okay, because mustard is flavor and not fat. And when you're not having fat, you're not having the calories. Now I am gonna use mayo. This is fat-free mayo. There's no mayo on the market that's really that great. It all has a little bit of corn syrup or sugar or soybean oil or something like that. But again, we're not using a ton of it, and you have to have it. It just is not tuna salad without it. Now I know there's a lot of popular recipes right now going around that uses avocado in place of mayo. Now I am all for that, 100% on sandwiches, burgers, those kinds of things. But in the tuna salad, unless I'm only making 1 serving that I'm gonna eat all of it right then, the avocado is gonna turn brown, and it's gonna oxidize and not taste very good. And this big bowl of tuna salad that's for everybody this weekend is not gonna last. In about 3 or 4 hours, it's done. And so that is not worth it to me. So I'm not gonna put avocado in there. But if, like I said, if I was going to make it 1 serving that I was gonna eat right then, absolutely, totally going with the avocado. Now, why would I not put avocado in with this and half the mayo that's not that great for you? Well, again, let's just say, for one thing, it's gonna go bad, but 2, when you start adding nuts, avocado, egg yolks, and the tuna, that's a super, super, super high fat meal. That's 4 fats within 1 meal. Too much fat, guys. I know there's a lot of people doing the keto thing right now, and that's a whole nother topic. But that is way too much fat for 1 meal. You're not gonna digest all of that. Okay, so you need to make sure that your macronutrients, which is carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, are in a good ratio. And when you've got super, super, super high on one of the other, you're gonna start having problems. I don't care what macronutrient it is, okay? So this is a good ratio. This will be a complete meal. You're gonna have your carbohydrate, your protein, and your fat in the proper ratios if you do it this way. And therefore your digestion's going to thank you, and everything else. So from here, I'm just gonna mix all of this up. I'm going to adjust how much mayo or mustard I need in here, depending upon how it looks and how it all comes together, because we do want it to be creamy, right? We don't want it to just fall off our sandwich or off our butter lettuce or whatever we're gonna put with it. So we do want it to hold together, but we want to use as little as possible. So I like to do a little bit and then add as I need it after I've started stirring it up. And then you'll taste it, and I'm gonna add a little bit more mayo. You'll taste it and adjust your salt that way. Cool? So hopefully this gives you guys a good idea for how to make a huge meal without heating up your kitchen, number one, yeehaw. Keeping your macronutrients, if you're into counting macros and understanding that and working on your nutrition profile, this is a healthy way to go. You're picking the good healthy options, but also keeping your calories in check by keeping your macros in check, more importantly, right? So y'all have an awesome day. Please be sure to leave me any comments or questions. If there's something you want to see a video on, please shoot me a message. You can contact me on Facebook or on my website or here or wherever. So just let me know what you guys want to see more of, and I'll be happy to do videos on that, answer questions. Love you guys. Bye.